If you're buying a property, the first thing you're going to look at is how much that house or flat is going to cost you. Now, the average price of a property in the UK right now is £220,000. Now, it's unlikely you're going to have that cash up front, which means you'll need to get a mortgage, and to get a mortgage, you'll need a deposit. If you're looking at a 5% or 10% deposit, well, the amount for that average price of a house is £11,000 up to £22,000. Obviously, you could put more up front in your mortgage, but you need to have a higher deposit saved up. But it doesn't stop there. These aren't the only upfront costs you need to think about. There are a number, which I'm going to go through in this video, which you really need to factor into your budget, because if you don't, it can be the difference between able to afford something and not being able to get that key to your new home. Right, so the first of these, and you've probably heard of this one too, is called stamp duty. Now, this is only paid in England and Wales on properties that cost over £125,000, and it kind of goes up in tiers the more expensive a house is going to be. For our example house of that £220,000, stamp duty would be £1,900, which is, again, is a hefty amount to add on when you're already saving hard for that deposit. If you want to find out exactly what the stamp duty will be on the properties you're looking at, head over to moneyadviceservice.org.uk/stamp duty calculator. Now, the next one to think about is your mortgage fee, sometimes called a booking fee or an arrangement fee. How much you pay for this can vary hugely. It could be £99, it could be £2,000. But again, chucking that all in really can make the difference. Next up is the valuation fee. Now, this is where your mortgage lender wants to check that the price that you're planning to pay for the property is actually what it's worth. Now, this depends on the value, it can depend on the size of the property, lots of things again, but looking at between £150 and £1,500, so quite a big difference there. You're also going to need to carry out a survey to check the property is in a decent condition, and there's a cost attached to that as well. Now, this could be just £250, it could be as high as £600. Basically, the more you spend, the better the survey is going to be and the more things it might find out. So it could be worth paying more up front to avoid extra costs even further down the line. You're also going to have to pay some fees to your solicitor. There are a few of these. The first one are just general legal costs. That's around £850 to perhaps £1,500. There's also a thing they'll do which is called a search, and they'll look to see if there's any planning permission or other things you need to know about the property. Again, that's going to cost you £250 to maybe £300. And the final thing, when the property is finally going to go into your name, well, you've got to pay the money, and there's a cost for that as well. The electronic transfer fee, another £40 or £50. Finally, you've got to think about your moving costs. Now, you could obviously do it on the cheap, get your own van, get your mates to help. Hey, you might not even have much stuff to move. But even so, plan for £300 to £600 to get from where you live now to your new home. So there you go, there's a lot of different costs there that all really quickly add up. Yeah, you won't have to pay every single one of them, you won't have to pay the top end of all of them, but if you factor in maybe £2,000 to £4,000 on top of your deposit, on top of your stamp duty, you'll see very quickly that you do need a lot of money to really be able to afford to buy your new home. You can find out much more about mortgages and all these fees over at moneyadviceservice.org.uk/mortgage fees.